Sorry, global. Just trying to, and that's why. Looks like you're in a day, buddy. How you doing? You saw you the other day, but I never got back. Yeah, that's good. A lot of unexpected that day. Will you say the communication piece didn't come out very well? Including the 14-year What's up? Yeah. I've said that. By the way, we get 16. Yeah. I mean, it's all good news for everybody.
Good morning. My name is Mary Schreier. I'm Deputy Mayor for the town of Quispamsis, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you here today. We would like to respectfully acknowledge that Quispamsis exists on the traditional territory of the Waldistic, Maliseet, and Mi'kmaq people whose ancestors, along with the Passamaquoddy tribes, signed peace and friendship treaties with the British Crown in the 1700s. We would like to take this moment to pay respects to our elders, past and present, and the descendants of this traditional territory. As I said, welcome to Quispamsis. We're very excited to have each and every one of you here today. I'd like to acknowledge some of our guests that have arrived today and let each and every one of you know how important it is to us, the town, to have you share our news today. I would like to extend a warm welcome to staff and to residents and the media and any other guests coming today. Today we have distinguished guests, Premier Blaine Higgs. Thank you. It's so nice to have you here. We have our MP, Wayne Long. Thank you, Wayne, for being here. Minister Crosman, MLA for Hampton. Her Worship, Mayor Libby O'Hara. My colleagues in the town of Quispamsis, Noah Donovan, Carrie Luck, Emma Olson, Beth Thompson, Mike Baker. And I'd also like to welcome other elected officials from our region. MP Rob Moore, thank you, Rob, for joining us here today. John McKenzie, Deputy Mayor Quispamsis. Okay, John, we're together. Deputy Mayor of St. John, Councillor David Hickey of St. John, Mayor Nancy Grant of Rothsay, Mayor Brittany Merrifield of Grand Bay Westfield, Mayor Robert Doucette of Hampton, and David Duplessis from the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being here with us today. It's my pleasure to welcome our Premier, the Honorable Blaine Higgs, to bring comments. Mr. Higgs.
Thank you very much, Marion. It is great. It's great to be here. It's great to be home. You know, there was a time I couldn't even get home because I was locked in Fredericton. But now that we're kind of moving beyond, let's hope the COVID experience, and I know it's still with us, but we have to manage with it now. So it's exciting to actually be out making an announcement. And you know, it's not often that I make a lot of announcements as such. My colleagues made one in the city here, not just this week, and it was very exciting for the region. And certainly here, it's great to be here with my colleagues federally, provincially, and within our ministry. So it's, you know, Gary really enjoys this. This will be on Twitter before Gary actually leaves the room. Does anyone see the speed of Twitter? It expands when he's dealing with it. And being with, obviously, the MPs, Wayne Long and Rob Moore. So it's, the approach of government from the beginning has been to invest in infrastructure, and that hasn't changed since 2018. We said we're going to invest in projects that would help communities, but that we could invest in projects that we could afford to do so at the same time. Nous avons informé que nous allions investir dans les projets qui favorisent des collectifs dynamiques et viables. As you know, we're experiencing unprecedented growth in our province, and you're seeing it right here in our community. And we couldn't be happier to see that, but it's brought with us unprecedented challenges, things that we have not experienced before in New Brunswick. And it is a new day. So we've experienced a lot of things. You know, when we started this in 2018-19, we went into the second worst flood that we ever had. And you know, I was probably sandbagging with most of you. I got to say that differently, don't I? Yeah. but it was a really bad situation. We went through that, and then we get into the pandemic for 2 years, and we've often said, well, okay, when are the locusts coming? What's next? But it builds strength, it builds character, and this community has shown that throughout, and the resilience. So the playground here in Quispamsis is central to the community, to the area. It's a place for families together, be outside, finally, to be physically active, and to be well. The town of Quispamsis has often identified this as an additional funding requirement, and I'm certainly happy to be working with the federal counterparts and the minister to make this a reality. We're very proud to announce that the province of New Brunswick, through our Regional Development Corporation, will contribute $220,000 towards this upgrade. And you know, I also have 2 grandchildren that live very handy here that will be able to access this. And I have other grandchildren that I'm still, talking to them about their position in the will, should they not return to New Brunswick. So I found that, the carrot only goes so far. But it is exciting to see this happening in a community that's so vibrant, and it's been such a lifestyle for my family growing up here, and all the memories and the schools and the plays and all the activities. So it is great. I come from a very small community that you really can't recognize it now from what it was. But so it's great to come to a community that continues to grow, continues to thrive, continues to develop, and be such an integral part of family life. That is the foundation of everything else that we do. Improving the community and recreation infrastructure will promote the active, healthy lifestyle of the residents in Quispamsis and the entire region. Vibrant and sustainable communities do not just appear. They require the dedication, as was mentioned today, the people here today, the volunteers, the people that drive it behind the scenes. It's easy for us to be here, part of it, announcing, talking about it, but it's people that don't get that recognition that make it happen. And so I want to thank each and every one of them who are here or not here that do it. So the hard work makes it happen, and it's important to have people that working in municipal and federal governments to help with the application process, everything that is involved behind the scenes. And it's important that we work together with our federal counterparts. It's just a myth that we don't work closely together with the federal government, isn't it? Really? Yeah, I wanted to clarify that right here. But we are fortunate, again, to have dedicated individuals. I thank Minister Crosman for the great work he's doing. And in closing out, I want to thank the Mayor, Mayor O'Hara, and your council for the great work you continue to do, the leadership you show in the region. Working with other mayors, Mayor Grant's here today, I was mentioned, and maybe there's others, but regional strength is so key for us here. We can be the powerhouse of New Brunswick in this region, and it requires cooperation, it requires common philosophies and ideas for growth. And we want to be part of that as a government, and as obviously as a resident, I want to be part of it to see us all succeed in this area. So thanks to you and your council, Mayor, and the announcement today and the vision that you have for the town of Quispamsis continues under your leadership, and Deputy, it's great to be part of it. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Premier Higgs, and it's nice to have you home. I'm sure it feels great to be home. Next, I'd like to ask that Wayne Long, Member of Parliament for St. John Rothesay, is here on behalf of the Honourable Jeanette Pettipas-Taylor, Minister of Official Languages and Minister responsible for ACOA. Wayne, would you like to come up and bring some news?
Good morning to you all, Mr. Premier. I certainly want to start by acknowledging that we are on traditional unceded territory of the Pescatamakati, the Wolastoqiyik, and the Mi'kmaq peoples. Welcome. It's been a great week of announcements. I was kidding our mayors. I certainly want to acknowledge Mayor Merrifield, Mayor Doucette, Mayor Grant, of course, Libby. This room, I think, epitomizes our community and how we're here all together, and we're all celebrating. Deputy Mayor Mackenzie's here. We're celebrating the successes that we're having as a community. And, Brittany's as happy for Libby as Nancy is. And it shows that we are finally coming together as a community to celebrate. And we are one community. And just to give you a little bit of history, we started our family in Quispamsis, and we built our first house on Ashfield Drive, Milligan Drive, moved to Queensbury Drive, and lived in Woodley Park for many, many years. And my wife, Denise, I think Dana's back there, my wife, Denise, was the first recreation director that the town of Quispamsis ever hired from Mayor, at that point, Mayor Olson. So we go back, and certainly our history and our connection to Quispamsis goes long, long way back, and certainly driving up the main road here now, it's just amazing to see the growth and development, and you're all to be congratulated for that. I certainly want to acknowledge, excuse me, also MP Rob Moore. You know, I'm obviously the sitting government MP, so I'm up here, but I want to acknowledge the work that Rob does in this community and in Fundy Royal, excuse me, and in Fundy Royal. He advocated for this project too. I want you to know that. And it's always a pleasure to work with Gary Crossman from RDC and Minister Crossman. We have a great relationship. I appreciate everything you're doing for our community. I know these announcements are very, very important to you. So let me find my notes now. I don't like notes. I like to speak off the top. But look, in the end, I'm proud to be here. I'm proud that our government is investing in communities. We've had wonderful announcements. In fact, you know, 9 days ago, we announced $50 million for the St. John Energy Windmill Project. Together with Minister Dunn, through the Premier, we announced, you know, it was an $80 million announcement for the port, for New Brunswick Southern Railway. And they're key announcements for our region and for the province. And we all know, certainly with respect to St. John, as the port goes, it creates economic development and economic prosperity and creates jobs. And like the Premier said, it's just a myth we don't work together. We do work together and do a lot of great things together for our community. And that's why we're elected. We're elected to deliver for communities. So we are here, and I'm here through CCRF, which is the Community Revitalization Fund, which was created. It was a $500 million fund over 2 years to Canada's regional development to invest in shared and inclusive public spaces. As public health restrictions ease, and I'm over COVID now by about 3 weeks, the Government of Canada remains committed to investing in the shared spaces to make them safer, greener, and more accessible. This in turn will stimulate local economies, create jobs, and improve the quality of life for all of us, and right here in Quispamsis. So today, on behalf of the Honourable Jeanette Petitpas-Taylor, Minister of Official Languages and Minister responsible for ACOA, where this will be coming from, I'm honoured to announce an investment of $227,200 through the Canadian Community Revitalization Fund for the town of Quispamsis. You can clap. And I know Libby, Aaron, we met about this project, it might have been a year ago, after an announcement in Hampton, and I know how important this project is to your community and how hard you, your councillors, all work together to advocate for this project. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful project the Premier's grandkids can use. So in closing, look, it's great to be here. I was just kidding David Duplessis there that we should just all been on one bus all week driving around to these announcements. Last but not least, I haven't seen our Premier personally probably in over a year. I do want to personally thank you for your leadership through COVID. I know it hasn't been easy, and I think you've done a great job. So thank you on behalf of certainly me, and I think many people here. And good morning to everybody. Enjoy, and congratulations, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. And now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our mayor, Libby O'Hara. I just wanted to note that it was, I believe it was on Tuesday, it was 1 year that the official results came in for the elections, for the municipal elections. So yeah, there was some celebration going on that night with Mayor O'Hara. Libby O'Hara.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. What a pleasure to see all of you. Premier, Minister Crossman, MP Moore, MP Long, thank you very much. It's not often that we see this group of people, and this is an example of 3 levels of government coming together for a project that we believe in, that we believe is going to strengthen our community. So thank you all, and thank you to those who are watching online. You know, recently we created a strategic plan for our community, and within that strategic plan, we also carved out a new vision statement. And that vision statement says quite a bit about where we are going with Quispamsis. And I'd like to share it with you. It is that Quispamsis is a vibrant, active community surrounded by the beauty of nature and provides a quality of living through exceptional services, programs, and amenities. That's who we are. That's what this kind of an announcement is providing for our community, for your community. So I'd really like to thank all of those who worked so hard. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention our Director of Community Services, Dana Purton-Dixon. Dana works tirelessly on applications. And you know, when I see them coming across my desk, I've had to fill out applications before for this sort of thing. And she is a real, tiger at this. I mean, she puts a lot of effort, energy into it. She goes out to her stakeholders to find out, what is going to be best for this community. And this is the result of her hard work. So thank you very much, Dana. And as being a vibrant community, we are recognized among many. And we are recognized because of what we have in this community. We have trails, we have the Qplex, we have the swimming pool, the tennis courts, the pickleball courts. We've got new pickleball courts coming. And the list goes on and on. So we are very concerned about ensuring that our community, our residents, have the opportunity to spend time outdoors, to be active, and to be a part of the community. And that's where we gel. We gel when we're meeting one another on the trails, when we stop and speak to one another. That's what gives this community spirit. That's what gives us strength. And I'm so pleased with today's announcement because I know that the small playground down at Firefly Crescent is in need of an upgrade. And this splash pad is going to enhance what we have already. It's located just out back, behind our arts stage out here. There's parking over here next to our BMX park, our ramps. And, it's just going to be ideal for people to gather once again, and the opportunities that it's going to provide for not only the Premier's grandchildren, but my grandchildren who all live here now in Quispamsis. So it is a central part of what we are doing, where we are, and I would like to thank the federal and provincial levels of government. I speak frequently with our Premier, our MLA. I speak frequently with MP Long and with MP Moore, and I think I've got Minister Crosman's number on speed dial. And I'm sure when my phone comes through, he probably looks at Mark and says, which one of us want to answer it? But I'm really pleased for the relationship that we have, because in order to have these kinds of announcements, it takes developing relationships. And that's what we have. We are creating relationships, in this region. So when there are announcements in Granby Westfield, in Rothsay, in Hampton, in St. John, in St. Martin's, we get together, we celebrate one another, and that's what is strengthening this region. And I see that Paulette Hicks, who is the CEO of Envision St. John, she is here today, and she is the backbone of the region as far as drawing all of us together, because together we are stronger. And I also wanted to end today by reminding everyone that we are fortunate to live in Quispamsis, and to be represented not only by our Premier, our MLA, Premier Higgs, but also by Gary Crosman, our Minister of the Environment. If you didn't know this, Minister Crosman represents the region of Hampton, but there's a small piece of Quispamsis that he also represents. So he is actually one of our 2 MLAs in our town. So he represents what I like to call Hampton Quispamsis. So thank you very much for being here. We'll dub that name later. And at this time, I would like to ask Minister Crosman if he would please come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor O'Hara. I wasn't here for a speech today, just to follow up, but great to be in the riding today. The riding is split with the Model Farm Road, Means Cove. We're well aware of the flooding down there, the mitigation, adaptation, and wearing 2 hats, thanks to the Premier regarding environment, climate change, and RDC, Regional Development Corporation. There's a lot of funds pulled together. Today's announcement is great with the splash pad. I'll be liking to bring my grandchildren down here as well, or maybe the mayor as well will jump in there someday. We do work closely together. You're well represented by everybody in this room, whether you're in the office or outside the office or behind the scenes. Your new police chief as well back here, Steve Gordeau, spoke earlier. There's a lot of connections, a lot of good connections working, and without getting individual as well, I did mention to MP Long, we should be traveling together this week to save on the environment maybe. Your splash pad's great. There's more announcements coming, big ones, smaller ones. We've been in Hampton this afternoon for a smaller one as well. I checked out your EV stations outside. I do have a car on order. It's been ordered through the Environment Climate Change. It's a small one. It's back ordered, and I hope I'm still there by the time it arrives. Anyway, it should be coming soon, but lots of great announcements. I will mention as well, your town works great here for getting the applications in. I'm aware of your pickleball court application and the tennis court one as well. We can't do everything at once, but we certainly take into consideration what we can get across the finish line in a timely manner. I will mention regarding the Premier, he brought in 2 years ago the CIF fund, the Community Investment Fund through RDC, which allows all 49 ridings $50,000 per year for small projects. And I pride myself on helping a lot of people a little bit. So we have, out of my 50,000, the riding money this year, we have about 35 to 40,000 already spoken for. Because of COVID and other things, the little guys can't help. There's Lions clubs, there's cemeteries, churches, things like that. But so thank you to the Premier for being more than fair. All 49 ridings have $50,000 that they can invest in the little guy. So thank you. Thanks again, and congratulations on your splash pad.
Thank you, Minister Crosman. So that concludes our announcement today. And so I would like to ask the speakers to stay for a photo, and then the media will, speakers will be available to the media after the photo. So if I could have everyone come up for a photo. The podium's sort of dirty. Thank you.